On the news tonight, police and NSCDC putting protective measures in place as NLC holds protests across Nigeria. Central Bank of Nigeria says Nigerians spent more on foreign education. Lufthansa cancelled flight ahead of a day strike in Germany. Good evening. Welcome to the Major Report. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. Members of the Nigeria Labour Congress in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, protested in solidarity with the strike action of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The protest, which was held today, provided an opportunity for the NLC to bring the attention of relevant agencies to other issues affecting the nation. The NLC nationwide protest was scheduled to hold today and tomorrow. Also, members of the Nigeria Labour Congress have protested in Ikeja, the Lagos State capital, in solidarity with the strike action of the ASU. The score of protesters who stormed the street carried placards with several inscriptions such as "Stop importation of petrol, refine the refineries. Nigeria has 60 years of independence, more hunger in the land. Reduce the cost of governance now. Save the masses from poverty and hunger," among others. Similarly, members of the union protested at the Kwara State Government House in Ilorin in solidarity with the strike action of ASU. Labor unions in Osun State today joined their counterparts across the country to protest the inability of the federal government to put an end to the lingering industrial action embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of University, the hiking price of petroleum, insecurity, among others. The report is presented from our studios.
Congress, TUC, as well as civil society organizations embarked on the solidarity protest to drive home their demands for a better Nigeria. Similarly, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, non-academic staffs of University, NASU, and members of the National Association of Nigeria Students, NANS, were all part of the protest. The labor leaders who sang solidarity song carried placards with different inscriptions such "End ASU strike now. Our children deserve better education. Enough is enough. Open our universities now. Lecturers are not slaves," among others. The protester walked through Ogoluwa down to the State House of Assembly, where Speaker Honorable Timothy Oweye met and received their complaint.
To help us to convey our grievances, our protests to Abuja, we want our university to open.
While speaking with newsmen in Osogbo, the NLC Vice Chairman in Osun State, Comrade Gbadebo Awotayo, stated that the protest is not a solidarity protest, but a protest of NLC against government actions that led to the universities being shut down and students staying at home instead of going to school. Comrade Gbadebo called on the government to find a lasting solution to the lingering crisis.
I want you also to join Nigeria Labour Congress on this campaign, on our slogan, "Open our university today." Bring our students, bring our children back to campus. This is the first step to be taken. This one will be reviewed by the National Working Committee and the NEC member of the Congress next week. But today and tomorrow is just the beginning of the protest.
In his response, the Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Oweye, expressed concern with the body and assured of prompt response from the State House of Assembly up to the National Assembly.
From the government side, we share from this brief. I want to tell you, we are into it together as your representative. I want to assure you, as rightly said by Mr. President, that he has given 2 weeks ultimatum to Minister of Education to put a definite end to strike action.
In their separate remarks, the NASU chairman, OAU, Dayo Oyediwura, and chairman of Osun State Civil Society Organization, Waheed Lawal, all called on the federal government to honor the agreement with the Academic Staff Union of University ASU.
What we're saying is honor the agreement. Keep the agreement you signed with us. We are not fighting, but we are saying we want the agreement to be honored.
In the last 6 months now, the school are on strike. Government should do the needful and end ASU strike now.
The protest, which began from Ogoluwa to the State House of Assembly and terminated at the Osun State Government Secretariat, was peaceful and orderly. It would be recalled that the Academic Staff Union of University ASU had been on strike since February this year because the federal government failed to honor the agreement it had with the union. Omotayo Adebodun, OSBC News.
Meanwhile, the police and the National Security and Civil Defense Corps deployed personnel in critical infrastructures and facilities in response to the nationwide strike and protest organized by the Nigeria Labour Congress in solidarity with the striking Academic Staff Union of University, which took place throughout the country today. A top source at the force headquarters in Abuja confirmed that police operatives were deployed in all protest venues nationwide to prevent a security breach or attack on the participants by thugs. Also, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense spokesman, Shola Odumoshu, said armed and unarmed security personnel were on ground to protect protesters and Nigerians. In another development, the Central Bank of Nigeria says Nigerians have spent $378.77 million on foreign education between January and May this year. According to a report, the figure is contained in data provided on the amount spent on educational services under the sectoral utilization and transaction valid for foreign exchange. In January 2022, the Apex Bank noted that a total of $60,202,730.84 million was spent on foreign education. It was learned that education in Nigeria, especially in the tertiary education sector, has been marked by industrial action by tertiary institutions-based unions such as ASU and the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics and the College of Education Academic Staff Union. Currently, academic activities in Nigerian universities and colleges of education are grounded on issues bordering on lecturers' welfare. The huge net dollar outflows have dual adverse effect on underinvestment in domestic education and creating pressure on the Nigeria exchange rate. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization observed that about 76,338 Nigerians were studying abroad as of 2018, the highest from an African country. The Speaker of Osun State House of Assembly, Honorable Timothy Oweye, has reiterated the importance of giving local government administration a legal backing by ensuring that the democratically elected leadership is piloting its affairs. Honorable Oweye stated this while presiding over the Committee of the Whole after the State of Osun Local Government Areas Creation and Administration Amendment Bill had been read twice before the House. Oluwatosin Oladokun now brings detail.
The Speaker, in the course of observing legislative rights, had enumerated quite a number of benefits that are associated with having in place the democratically elected leadership in local government administration, a development which he noted will enable inhabitants in the grassroots to be more closer to government like never before. He also highlighted the State of Osun Local Government's Areas Creation and Administration Amendments Number 5, B 2021, will pave way for express operation.
Putting in place a democratically elected local government in place is very, very important and sacrosanct as far as this time is concerned.
The Committee of All lawmakers took time to review some clauses such as age and other requirements for eligibility of a candidate vying for the chairmanship position. Earlier, Majority Leader of the Parliament, Honorable Maruf Olarawaju, has brought to the fore the immediate and futuristic merits the State of Osun Local Government's Area Creation and Administration Amendment B, Amendment Number 5 B 2021. This is said will help to make provision for a presidential system of government to replace the parliamentary system we are practicing in the state of Osun. While speaking, the Chairman House Committee on Local Governments and Chieftaincy Affairs, Honorable Babatunde Festus Komolafe, said the amendment is designed to put solution to the problems in the present system of the local government. According to him, the operation of local governments will be in tandem with other states of the Federation and ensure clear separation of powers as obtained in the federal and state settings.
In view of this, I would call the Honorable House to give this amendment an accelerated facility.
The House, however, read the bill for the second time, just like the State of Osun Independent Electoral Commission B 2021. Uluwatosin Oladokun, OSBC News.
The Osun State government has urged residents of the state not to panic following warning by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency that the state in the southwest region will experience flooding, assuring that adequate preparation have been made to prevent the occurrence. The special advisor to the governor on environment, Mr. Rufus Oyegbile, stated this while speaking with OSBC News. He noted that the Oyetola administration has continuously embarked upon the resisting of waterways and damages to prevent flood.
Both the Ministry of Environment and in collaboration with AGON, the government of Osun State, of Osun, I can proudly say we have dug over 250, if not close to 300 streams since we came on board. And as I speak, we are also on the activities of dredging and deseating. 17 local governments were predicted that are going to experience flood floods last year. Now this year, 5 local governments. So if NIMET and other agencies can write that in Osun State, we are going to experience such flood floods in 5 local governments, as compared to 17 last year, then you should know. This is a report from the Federal Meteorological Agencies.
Nigerian Professional Photographers and Videographers Association Osun State Chapter has disclosed in strong terms that they remain solidly behind the All Progressive Congress and the administration of Governor Adewale Oyetola, despite the just concluded gubernatorial election in the state. The group made a remark during a courtesy visit to the special advisor to the governor's civic engagement, Honorable Olatubosun Oyintiloye, in his office in Osogbo. David Ojo now completes the story.
Over 50 executive members of the Nigerian Professional Photographers and Videographers Association, Osun State Chapter, led by Comrade Isaac Adekoke, paid the special advisor to the governor on civic engagement, Honorable Olatubosun Oyintiloye, a surprise visit, assuring him that their association's loyalty still stands with administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola. Comrade Adegoke said the outcome of election will not deter them from supporting the ruling party or Progressives Congress. Also speaking, Comrade Olalekon Daramola noted that the humongous achievements of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola is unprecedented and cannot be forgotten in the state of Osun. He equally said since the matter concerning the just concluded gubernatorial election is still subject to some electoral malpractices, he prayed that the pendulum of the judgment will favor the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola.
We have been existing, but in his own tenure, he came to our aid, and all the benefits that he has been giving us, we really appreciate.
In his remarks, the special advisor to the governor on civic engagement, Honorable Olatubosun Oyintiloye, said he was overwhelmed with the visit, love, and the support the association have for the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, despite the outcome of result in just concluded gubernatorial election. He emphasized that justice will prevail. He appreciated them of being a formidable group for the administration of Oyetola, especially while covering communities and villages that surround the 30 local government areas of the state to know their yearnings and aspirations.
There is cordial and mutual relationship And that is why they came to visit us and to identify with us and to give their promise that they are still with this government and they are ready to support this government and continue to add their value to our administration.
He thereafter assured Comrade Adegoke and his team that their labor will not be in vain due to the sign of patriotism they have displayed during and after election. This is David Ojo reporting for OSBC News.
There is renewed agitation for more inclusion of women in politics and governance in Nigeria, now that advocacy for the inclusion of more women in politics is more pronounced. 3 popular celebrities are vying for political offices ahead of the 2023 general election. Oyinye Ngwachimere has the details of this and more on Entertainment News.
There is renewed agitation for more inclusion of women in politics and governance in Nigeria. Analysts and observers of political events believe this is justifiable considering the number of women in elected political positions since the inception of the present democracy in 1999. As advocacy for the inclusion of more women in politics continues, the 3 popular celebrities vying for political offices ahead of the 2023 general elections are Charity Tontodike, an actress, singer, and a humanitarian. The 37-year-old trained petroleum engineer who hails from Obiakpo local government area in Rivers State was recently selected as the running mate for Mr. Tonte Ibrahim, the gubernatorial candidate of the African Democratic Congress ahead of the 2023 governorship election in Rivers State. Olufunke Akindele, popularly known as Jennifer, is a film actress and producer. The 44-year-old trained lawyer who hails from Ikorodu, Lagos East Senatorial District, was recently unveiled as the running mate for Lagos governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Olajide Adediran, aka Jandor. Caroline Danjuma is an actress, movie producer, and entrepreneur. The 35-year-old environmental protection management, geography, and regional planning graduate is a biracial from Scotland and Eket in Akwa Ibom State. The Real Housewives of Lagos star made the announcement on her emergence as the deputy governorship candidate for the Action Alliance Congress in Akwa Ibom State via her official social media page. Meanwhile, Afrobeat superstar Davido has declared that his father, Adedeji Adeleke, is the greatest of all time. The stand-up crooner took to his official social media page to share a video of his billionaire father, the president and pro-chancellor of Adeleke University, Osun State, giving a speech at the varsity. Beaming with immense pride as he captured his father speak, Davido proclaimed him the greatest of all time while obliging the audience to listen well. Obio sharing a video of his billionaire father speaking, he wrote, "His father, the GOAT. Not many people can claim to be the GOAT, but those who can are the greatest of all time in their field." Oyechi Wachinemere reporting for OSBC News.
Now you're welcome to our sports segment. Team Nigeria ended their campaign at the 2022 World Athletics Championship in Oregon in the United States in the 13th place of the 43 countries that participated and third best placed country from Africa. Omatayo Adebono has the details of this and more from the world of sports.
Contrary to widespread media reports on Team Nigeria finishing 18th in the medal table, official medal table from World Athletics has confirmed Nigeria finished 13th on the overall medal placement and third best placed country from Africa. Team Nigeria picked up a valuable gold in the 100-meter hurdle, even with winner Toby Amuson smashing the world record in the process. Also, Olympic bronze medalist Eze Brume picked up a silver medal in the long jump event, improving on her bronze at the last Olympics and last World Athletics Championship in Doha. For the African representatives, Team Nigeria finished in the top 3 behind Kenya, Ethiopia, and Uganda, finishing in 4th place. The United States of America finished 1st in the medal table with 33 medals, 13 golds, 9 silver, and 11 bronze medals. Ethiopia has ended in 2nd position with 4 golds, 4 silver, and 2 bronze medals. The 3rd place, Jamaica, amassed 2 golds, 7 silver, and 1 bronze medal. Kenya finished 4th with 2 golds, 5 silver, and 3 bronze medals. And China completed the top 5 with 2 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze medals. In the meantime, Super Falcons duo of Osinachi Ohale and Rashidat Ajibade have completed the best 11 of the 2022 Women African Cup of Nations. Reliable centre-back Ohale featured in all the Super Falcons 6 games in the competition. The defender was named Woman of the Match in Nigeria's 3rd group game against Burundi. Atletico Madrid star Rashidat Ajibade was no doubt Nigeria's biggest performer in the tournament. Ajibade scored 3 goals and recorded 2 assists in 5 outings for the Super Falcons. She also finished as the tournament's joint top scorer. Bayanas of South Africa, who won the tournament for the first time, dominated the team of the tournament, with 4 of their players making the shortlist. Atlas Lioness of Morocco have 3 players, while the Copper Queens of Zambia, who came 3rd, have 2 players. Omotayo Adebodun, OSBC News.
Lufthansa has cancelled more than 1,000 flights ahead of scheduled one-day staff strike, causing chaos and frustration to travelers and holiday makers. Oluwatomisin Oyemi has details of this and more from the foreign scene.
Its flagship carrier, Deutsche Lufthansa, has said it is cancelling more than 1,000 flights in advance of a one-day walkout by ground staff scheduled for tomorrow. Strikes and staff shortages have already forced a number of airlines to cancel thousands of flights and caused hours-long queues at major airports, frustrating holidaymakers keen to travel after COVID-19 related lockdowns. Lufthansa said it had cancelled 678 flights at its Frankfurt hub, most of which were scheduled for tomorrow, and 345 flights at Munich. The move affected more than 130,000 passengers. It added that there could be a few more cancellations and delays in the week after the end of the strike called by labor union Verdi in pursuit of a 9.5% pay rise. Earlier in June, Lufthansa had cancelled an additional 2,000 summer flights from Frankfurt and Munich, citing staffing shortages at airports as well as industrial action and the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Meanwhile, EU energy ministers have agreed for their countries to cut gas use in case Russia halts supplies. Following talks, EU members agreed countries should voluntarily reduce gas use by 15% from August to March. However, documents seen suggest the deal had been watered down, with countries able to seek exemptions. The EU said the purpose of the gas demand reduction is to make savings ahead of winter in order to prepare for possible disruptions of gas supply from Russia that is continuously using energy supplies as a weapon. The deal states gas demand reduction will become mandatory if supplies reach crisis levels. However, the EU said some countries not connected to other member states' gas pipelines would be exempt from any mandatory gas reduction order, as they would not be able to source alternative supplies. In another development, demonstrators have set fires and forced entry into the United Nations mission facilities in the Democratic Republic of the Congo's eastern city of Goma, demanding that the peacekeeping forces leave the country amid rising insecurity in the region. Hundreds of people blocked roads and chanted anti-UN slogans before breaking into the headquarters of the UN peacekeeping mission in Goma. The UN peacekeeping mission in the DRC, known as MONUSCO, has come under regular local criticism for its perceived inability to.
That foreign report by Oluwatomisin Oyemi ends today's major report on OSBC TV. It was edited by Olubunmi Ajiboye Agbola. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. Thank you for watching. Good night.